Amityville is a name that, for many, evokes images of terror and mystery. This small town in New York State has become a symbol in the world of horror, mainly because of a house located at 112 Ocean Avenue. This seemingly quiet and ordinary place has been the epicenter of one of the most infamous haunted house stories of the 20th century. The legend of Amityville began on a cold and dark night, November 13, 1974, when a series of tragic and disturbing events forever marked the fate of this home. Ronald DeFeo Jr., a 23-year-old man, committed a crime that shocked the nation. He coldly murdered his parents and 4 siblings while they slept. Armed with a high-powered rifle, DeFeo shot each of them in their beds, and the most unsettling detail is that no one in the house seemed to have resisted or been awakened by the sound of the gunshots. This detail has puzzled many, as the bullets from a rifle should have alerted the other family members. During the trial, Ronald DeFeo Jr. claimed that voices emanating from the house had pushed him to commit the murders. However, he was found guilty and sentenced to life imprisonment, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions. But the story of Amityville did not end with DeFeo's conviction. A year later, in December 1975, the Lutz family decided to buy the house. Despite knowing about the horrific crimes that had taken place there, George and Kathy Lutz, along with their 3 children, thought they had found their dream home at a bargain price. However, what happened during the 28 days they lived in that house became a horror story that would mark their lives forever. From the first day, the Lutzes began to experience strange and inexplicable phenomena. The incidents ranged from nauseating odors with no apparent source to the appearance of strange stains on the walls and an oppressive atmosphere that seemed to take over the house. George Lutz, a man who had previously been rational and skeptical, began waking up every night at exactly 3:15 a.m., the same time at which Ronald DeFeo was believed to have committed the murders. Kathy Lutz reported seeing strange figures and shadows moving through the house, as well as the appearance of a demonic creature with glowing eyes that stalked her in the dark. The nightmares they both began to suffer were no less terrifying. They dreamt of the DeFeo murders, with macabre details they couldn't have known otherwise. Moreover, their children also began exhibiting strange behaviors, such as talking to what they described as invisible friends and experiencing inexplicable sensations of fear. As the events intensified, the Lutzes decided to seek help. A priest was called to bless the house, but upon entering, he felt an evil presence that drove him away. After sprinkling holy water, the priest heard a deep voice commanding him to get out. According to the story, after his visit, the priest began experiencing a series of accidents and unexplained health problems, leading the family to believe the house was under a curse. Finally, the situation became so unbearable that the Lutzes fled the house, leaving all their belongings behind. They left in the early morning of January 14, 1976, after experiencing what they described as a night of absolute terror. They never returned. The Lutz family's story captured the public's attention, and in 1977, writer Jay Anson published The Amityville Horror, a true story, a book based on the family's experiences in the house. The book became a bestseller, in part due to the claim that it was based on true events. The publication of the book not only solidified the legend of Amityville, but also spawned a film franchise that continues to fascinate audiences to this day. However, over the years, doubts have arisen about the veracity of the events. Some investigators have pointed out inconsistencies in the Lutzes' stories, and several people who lived in the house, both of them have stated that they never experienced anything unusual. Additionally, William Weber, Ronald DeFeo's attorney, suggested that the Lutzes and Jay Anson had exaggerated or fabricated much of the story to gain financial benefits. Despite these doubts, the Amityville house remains an icon of horror, a place where the supernatural seems to have crossed paths with reality in a disturbing way. The story of Amityville is a reminder of how a place can be transformed by the events that occur there, and how those events, real or not, can capture the imagination and fear of entire generations.